What's up, guys? Jeremy from Wasted Space here, doing something a little bit differently today. Today I'm going to do my top 5 bands you have not heard yet. Going to go through some bands from Buffalo and then some other bands that I just kind of came across on Spotify. Most of these bands don't have a huge following yet. These are pretty underground bands, so I really encourage you guys to check them out, and I'll have the links in the description underneath the video. So let's get started. First band, P.S. Youre Dead, Buffalo, New York. I believe it's just 3 members. Their instrumentals remind me of like something like Circle Takes the Square or Fear Before the March of Flames and like Heavy Heavy Lolo, some of those kind of like post-hardcore mathcore bands from the early 2000s. They bring a lot of like jazz elements of the original mathcore scene, but they find their own sound with like these kind of like droney, almost like shoegaze-ish parts, which I think are super cool. Super reminiscent of the early 2000s mathcore / what I call the indie core scene, kind of like Blood Brothers, Fear Before the March of Flames. They had these kind of like indie rock feeling parts, but were very, very mathcore, very post-hardcore still. It's nice though to see that there is a band out there that's kind of pushing that style of mathcore back into the genre, so definitely check them out. They have a new EP coming out soon. I didn't do my research and I didn't get the date, so I will though for the description. I will put the EP release in the description below. Second band, Circuit. I found these guys on the Mathcore Index playlist. Their song Typeface is like, it was one of those songs where the first time I heard it, I was like smiling the entire time I was listening to it because it just was exactly what I was looking for. If you know anything about me, you know that there's a certain type of music I like, and it has to be weird enough, and it also has to be groovy enough, and there's all these elements that go into it, but Typeface it has all of those. They have like a perfect blend of like mathcore and math rock elements with like disco, and they bring forth some awesome like thrash sounding parts as well, blending power chords with dissonant chords and groovy hooks and like super memorable choruses. And they really remind me of the Blood Brothers from like the early 2000s, but like a little bit more harsh of vocals as opposed to like the real high pitch kind of weird singing that the Blood Brothers used to do. But yeah, Circuit, they're awesome. I keep wanting to call them Circuit City. I shouldn't, but you know, it's Circuit City. Rest in peace. Next band I want to talk about, Gracie, another band that I came across on a Spotify playlist. I think it was like new releases in metal or something. Let me start by saying that the first song I ever heard by them was their song Balloons, which they do have a music video for, which is a great song in its own right, but with a couple of the singles they've released since then, they've really shown how dynamic of a band they can be. I originally considered them to be like on that mathcore spectrum just because of the song Balloons. It has a very mathcore vibe to it, but listening to more of their music, they definitely cross into like the more hardcore metalcore genre as well, experimenting with like, you know, like the kind of like chuggy melodic riffs that you would hear in like a metalcore song, but also bringing in kind of those like disco-y mathcore parts and some groove breakdowns. I'd honestly put them in the same category as like the Callous Dowboys. Like just real, like if it is mathcore, it's real groovy kind of metalcore mathcore, and would love to see those bands tour together. I think it would be an awesome show, and they would just absolutely tear up the venues they're in. This band might easily be my favorite on the list. Just very excited to see what they do in the future. But again, like they have a music video. I'm gonna link everything in the description, so definitely check them out. The next band I want to talk about is Pale Hell, also from Buffalo, New York. Let's start off by talking about the vocals from this band. I have a lot to mention about this band, but it's really refreshing to hear like a truly different vocalist in the metal scene. While he does do like some real like growly like lows and things like that, and still really works on like the harsh fry vocals and things like that. There's like this kind of like singing low growl he does in some of their songs that like is like, it's kind of new metalish sounding, but not like that like Static X, like, like, you know, like how weird that was. It's not like that at all. It's like it's much more clear and articulated, and it's just like it's like a weird, like, it's not too guttural, but it's just like this like low like singing voice almost that has like some like guttural vibes to it. But super dynamic on the vocals. And then when it comes to like heavy chonk riffs and like pinch harmonics and dissonant chords, Pale Hell might do it the best. Like I would love to think that I'm like really into dissonant chords and doing all that crazy shit, but like they by far take the gold medal on it, because some of the shit they do, I'm like, I can't even, like, just listening to it, I'm like, I don't know, I can't figure that out. I'd have to like literally watch them for hours to figure out what the fuck they're doing. They're probably using some cool pedals or something. I don't know. I had the chance to see them live, and they put on an absolutely awesome show too. But I can't wait to see more from this band. Absolutely love the riff style and the groove the band has, with like mathcore style parts and like new metal parts combined. I mean, might go as far as to say they're the first new math band, but I'm gonna coin that term, so they can't use it now. Next band I want to talk about, our number 5 band here, is gonna be Scumfire. The last band I want to mention in this list, also a Buffalo, New York band. This band is probably Buffalo's most thrashy, thick, chonky band right now. Their new single, Locals Only, is probably one of the hardest mixes I've ever heard. Like, just absolute... Like, I would compare it to something Kurt Ballou would put out, because it's just, like, so brutally heavy and so thick sounding. This band, like, they really remind me, like, of, like, The Chariot or, like, early Every Time I Die. Just super thrashy. Like, if anybody's going to fill at least 1% of the hole in your heart that Etid left behind, it's going to be Scumfire. Incredibly harsh vocals, fast thrashy riffs, and like the way I would describe their breakdowns are like hurt yourself hanging from the venue rafter type breakdowns, like The Chariot, you know? But all in all 5 of these bands are seriously fucking killing it. Please go check them out. Check all the links below. Go listen to their music. Go check out their music videos. Buy their merch. Whatever you want to do. Just go support these bands because they fucking rock, and I think you should. As always, I'm Jeremy from Wasted Space. Make sure you go into the description. Like I said, like and subscribe all the bands mentioned, but also like, subscribe, follow us on all the social media. We've got a lot of new shit coming out. We got a new EP coming out May 21st. Possibly hitting the road at the end of summer. So just keep your eyes open, keep your ears peeled, and thanks for watching.